I heard this quote today that I absolutely love. I want to share it with you. Does the sun ask itself, am I good? Am I worthwhile? Is there enough of me? No, it burns and it shines. Does the sun ask itself, what does the moon think of me? How does Mars feel about me today? No, the sun just burns and it shines bright. Does the sun ask itself, am I as big as other suns in other galaxies? No, it burns and it shines.
People can tune in with foresight and hindsight.
This is self-mastery, baby.
I think in hindsight,
They gave you an hour. That's actually an honor.
Oh my God, in hindsight, I said, well, you know, man, I have to listen to the rest of my program.
And when I think about that in hindsight, that did calm me down.
That's exactly what I needed.
Bless up, everybody. I don't know. I am HINDZ today in hindsight. Thank you for tuning into the #1 chill spot on YouTube. I wanted to reflect today on, our self-love journeys, because the thing is, our self-love, our love for ourselves, it is not linear at all. I've had times in my life where I was just absolutely in love with myself. I'm like, yo, from here, I have my cup, I have my foundation. From here, everything's up. And then find myself in a space again where I look in the mirror and I can't even recognize myself. I can't even point at one thing that I love for some reason, in and out. And it's such an interesting journey, and a lot of us will fall off the love with ourselves. And today I want to kind of bring us back to that center and go over a few things, because this is a place that many of us experience, and some of us are here right now. And on this channel, we are all about empowering ourselves. So before we get into it, I want to share our sponsor of the day, who is one of my absolute favorites, Seed. So I have been taking Seed for about, 2 years now? Yeah, wow, 2 years. And I am so happy that I discovered this brand. Seed is a daily symbiotic, a formulation that combines probiotics and prebiotics. And for all the vegans out there, don't worry, it is gluten-free and includes 24 clinically studied naturally occurring strains not found in your yogurt, fermented foods, or beverages you see at the store. And it lives up to the highest standards for human and planetary health. Something I learned was most probiotics, they do not even make it all the way to your gut. And there's a real correlation between our gut health and our mental health. So Seed's Daily Symbiotics deliver it to the place that matters most, your colon. And they have quite the design. The 2-in-1 via cap delivery technology capsule protects against stomach acid, digestive enzymes, and bowel salts for viability through digestion. So here's the secret. Not all probiotics are created equal, but Seed's Daily Symbiotic includes a health blend of 4 strains that were clinically studied to promote healthy skin. What I love most about Seed is just their care for Mother Earth. They are sustainably delivered each month, and they send this beautiful green box. It comes with a jar plus a travel jar, because the choices we make tend beyond our body and the planet. So I want to hook you up, because again, this is one of my favorite brands. All my subscribers and friends get a special offer of 20% off your first month supply of Seed's Daily Symbiotic by using code HINDZ at checkout. So I remember there was this season where I was sitting and I was questioning if I even love myself anymore, because it did not feel like it. And it's almost as if I was unaware of it until I actually brought that question up. Sometimes I realized it's not about looking for an answer, but it's about asking the right question. And that sets us on a new path, a new discovery. Now, I recognize that there was way more negative narratives in my dialogue. I was critiquing myself, every little thing. It was insane. And then things they just weren't flowing like they used to. And all I could see was everything that was wrong in my life. It was hard for me to just love myself for who I am. And all I could see was everything that was wrong. I couldn't see my prior wins or nothing. And it was odd, because just maybe 6 months before that, the love was flourishing, inner smiles, a constant dance with myself. But then a shift happened, and I realized my performance was attached to my presence. And if I wasn't performing at my optimal level, I wasn't loving myself. If I wasn't succeeding in the way I desire, the way my ego required, then there was no grace to spill over. And although I had so many things to be proud of, it just like wasn't enough because those things were in the past. Now, showing up for ourselves, executing, accomplishing, all of these things are a part of our self-worth and, our value. They are important, but I believe they are still like the icing. In a romantic relationship, think about it like this. There are days where your partner may annoy you, days where the chemistry isn't as strong. And then imagine being with someone who would just go cheat on you every time you had a disagreement. Or if you didn't show up 100% one day, they would go seek that validation from somebody else. There would be no trust in this relationship. There would be no grace in this dynamic. No understanding of just how the tides go in and the tides go out, right? You wouldn't feel loved by this individual. You would be like on your toes every single day in a performative state. A lot of us perform for love. A lot of us don't believe we could be loved at our core, so we perform to receive love. We pretend to be something that we're not. We do this with others and we even do it with ourselves. And we could see how silly that would be in the relationship. Everybody would know that's not a loving relationship. But again, many of us have these type of relationships with ourselves. Oh, we made less money this year, so we start to talk down on ourselves. Oh, we lost our consistency, or we were procrastinating so much. We can't focus, and instead, we just spiral into a negative cycle. Instead of taking time just to learn our own mind and simplify, I think we have this amazing ability to love others at their lows, to be there for themselves. Many people have been in relationships where they feel like they could fix that person. They see the light in them all through their toxicity, and they still decide to love them. But sometimes with ourselves, does that happen? No. Sometimes we lack the sight to identify our own light. Ooh, I like that. That just rolled off the tip of my tongue. Sometimes we lack the sight to identify our own light. That's why I think self-love is obviously a journey and there's no final destination. Because just like how we are unaware of the depths of our own oceans on this planet, we are unaware of the depths within ourselves too. The boundless depths of love within, the confidence, the strength, the acceptance, the validation. The interesting thing about validation is only far if you set it apart from yourself. If all your validation is in getting married one day, well, life will be miserable and you will feel like a failure until you get married. And if you don't, then what? Then you have a midlife crisis. If all your value is wrapped up in money, what happens? You attract people who only want you for your money, for the things on the surface. And that's why I'm a firm believer that we have to set our focus beyond our worldly desires, not demonize them, because let's be honest, let's have fun, let's build our resources, let's travel, let's live a life. But you have to identify what you love about your essence, who you are at your source. Because you can't only love yourself when you are performing. You can't only love yourself when you are at the top of that mountain. And when you look at yourself, you may say, hey, I love my comedic sense. I have that ability to bring people together. Or I love the fact that I have an eye for style. I just love the way I think. Recognizing that you are a 101. And you just write this list down of everything you like about yourself, everything you love about yourself. And you look at that list and you meditate on each line and just experience that feeling. And things will slowly start to align again because you go into remembrance of who you are. A lot of us forget who we are, and we need a reminder who we are outside of that job, who we are outside of that relationship. A lot of us don't see value in ourselves unless our partner is super happy. If they're sad, it must be a reflection of us. No, not all the time. A lot of us have to see our value outside of our Instagram presence and just strip ourselves away from all of that and remember who you are. Something I like to do is I always ask myself, if I was a color, what color would I be? Or if I was an instrument, what sound would I play? Think of yourself at your essence and start to love that. I was watching a YouTube video the other day. It was from this video, what's her name? A YouTuber called Coco Girl. And she's like this Israeli woman who's traveling all over the world. I think she's in Africa at the moment. And this woman will just walk straight into a village or into a ghetto. And she will go places even locals don't feel comfortable going. But she just walks into any space and dominates. You know, she puts up boundaries, but she shares love. And in one segment of her video, I absolutely loved it. She mentioned how she doesn't like many things about her physical appearance. She doesn't like her teeth, her stomach, and this a handful of other things. And then she mentioned, if I allowed these things to get in my way, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you. Her YouTube channel is blowing up. There's things she hates about herself, but these are things on the surface as well. But there's something about her essence, her confidence, her unique flair, her ability to talk with others and connect that she recognized that she has. That is her without all of society's pressures, without all of society's validation. That is who she is, and she decided to show up with that. And from what I could tell, she's not a professional on YouTube or anything, like when it comes to editing or filming. And like, I think she's traveling, backpacking. So she has like one or two outfits at most. But her essence just exudes in value. And it's actually quite contagious. Like some of her videos have inspired me because self-love is magnetic. It's a reflection, right? It's a mirror. And I used to live in Los Angeles. It always bothered me that when I would meet people, it's almost as if they would introduce themselves with their job title before their name or just before their character, even before a smile. It's just what they did. Because many of us, our performance is attached to our presence, but the realities are we're not always going to be performing. We will have droughts, and that's just life. The tide goes in, the tide goes out. And in those droughts, we need to recognize who we are. And I believe this is how we love ourselves through every season, every mood. It's how we don't quit on ourselves. It's how you take each day, week, month with grace. It's how you fall, you get back up. It's how you go where the love is. And where is the love? My friend, it's within. And then we get to point others in that direction as well. And for me, I was recognizing when I was in my little space there, I was like, yeah, there's things you don't like about yourself. Yeah, you're in a drought right now. And yeah, you haven't been performing the way you want to be. You haven't been as creative you want to be. But before you even had all the things you have now, you found deep love for yourself. So get back to those depths at your core, at your essence. And it can be a beautiful lesson when we get too wrapped up in the world and we stop representing from a true place and we're just performing so others can see us in a certain light, not recognizing that you already embody that light and that light shines through your performance, not the other way around. It shines through your performance. It's a natural effect of who you are. So I just want to take a moment just to pause and reflect on the incredible beings that we all are. You possess a unique essence, a light that shines different in this world. It's time to embrace and nurture that light with unwavering love and acceptance, because you are worthy of love. And I know some of you are like, don't be cheesy. No. You're deserving of love, you understand? Not just for what you do or you achieve, but simply for who you are at your being. Because if you can recognize that love, my friend, you're going to perform. You're going to shine regardless, you understand? But your meaning, your purpose won't be attached to all these things, because these things will fall as well. Love, I believe, energy, power, strength that flows from within us. And it's waiting to be acknowledged and celebrated. And right now it's time to focus inward and discover the depths of who we are, what makes us smile, what makes us stand out in this world different. You understand? I saw this, I heard this quote today that goes like this. Does the sun ask itself, am I good? Am I worthwhile? Is there enough of me? No, it burns and it shines. Does the sun ask itself, what does the moon think of me? How does Mars feel about me? No, it burns, it shines. Does the sun ask itself, am I as big as the other suns in the other galaxies? No, it burns and shines, my friend. Today, make a commitment to yourself. Commit to treating yourself with compassion, respect, and kindness, no matter the circumstances. And accountability, if that's what you need, because accountability is love. And we'll get back up on our feet with love, with respect. And let's embrace all aspects of who you are, the strengths, the quirks, the flaws, and the imperfections. And this is how we can let go of the notion that love and worthiness are tied to external achievements or societal expectations. And instead, we redefine what it means to love ourselves unconditionally. And this is a journey. We will find deep love for ourselves, and then we'll fall off that love for ourselves. But as we continue to go and journey and ride with grace, we will develop the armor and the tools and be equipped for all seasons, all spaces. Self-love is a lifelong practice. It's where we need to be patient and be gentle with ourselves as we navigate this path. And you deserve to experience the fullness of the love that is within yourself. And you don't know, in hindsight, everything gonna be all right.